This is the Bamboo Warrior sword. In the advertisements for it, it said it had a clay coat that would reveal true hamon. So that's why I got it. I wanted a real, true hamon. And it does come with a beautiful hamon. As you can see, it's right there, the transition lines between the hardened steel and the softer steel. But this is not the original hamon that it had when I got it. And that's because this sword was given to students and it got dinged up and it needed to be resharpened. And when I sharpened by hand, wet, dry sandpaper. So I erased all of the hamon that the sword came with. But I wanted a hamon on it, so I dipped it in acid again. And this is what was revealed. It's a real hamon. It shows a transition, but it's not the original one that it came with. And most importantly, it doesn't even closer resemble now the hamon that I got with the sword. This hamon is way better. So what that means is that the skill of the person who puts the acid on was different. They were different. And the type of acid we used. I just used an etchant from Radio Shack. And I doubt that's what they used in China. And my etch is not as reflective as the etches that you see out of China. They use some other type of stuff, and it's a beautiful, beautiful hamon, but it looks totally different than mine. But this is a real hamon. Now the next sword, this is a Hunway T10. Again, it came with a beautiful hamon. A beautiful hamon. But like with the Bamboo Warrior, this sword was used and I had to sand it by hand. Again, I erased the hamon that I got with it, and I ended up having to acid etch this one. I did this because I was curious to know if the Hunway hamons were real, and this one, it is. As you can see, this is my job, my etching, and it reveals the difference between the hardened steel and the soft steel. So that's T10. And the next sword is one I got from Swords from Northshire. It's a match set, this one, and another long one I got. It came with what looked like a hamon, but you'll notice it's missing now. There's no sign of it. And the reason is that, once again, I sharpened this sword because it gets used. And then I tried to do an acid etch after I did, just like I did with the others, to reveal the hamon. And none was revealed. And so I just kind of buffed it sharp to get rid of the discoloration. Because the etching that I use, it'll leave it discolored, which is why my hamons don't really match what you get out of China. I'm using probably a stronger etch. But anyway, this is the Swords of Northshire. It came to me with a hamon. Doesn't have one really. So it was not heat treated. And quite frankly, even though it says it's 1060 steel, I'm not really sure it was even hardened. It seems to sharpen pretty easy. Now the next sword, I'm not even sure the name of this sword. I ordered it in a plain, unvarnished, unpolished case. But it has a fantastic hamon. Again, it's revealed via etching. This is not a polished, but it is real. It's a magnificent, magnificent hamon. But it's revealed through an etch. It's not revealed through polishing. A polishing, if you polish this sword, you'd get a hamon, but it would look drastically different than this. Both of them are real. They just look different. Now on the next swords, I guess one more here. This sword, I forged myself and did all this. It doesn't have any, I guess I got it buried in oil here. There's no visible hamon on it right now. Because again, I use this sword. I made it, so I use it all the time. And I have etched it when I made it, and it revealed the hamon. I just used a straight line hamon. But because I sand it all the time, I just don't bother with trying to put a beautiful hamon on it. Why get emotional about it? It's, don't get too involved with it. It gets sanded all the time. But the deal is, if I were to take this to a hand polisher he would reveal a beautiful hamon. Also, at the same time, if I took this sword just to an acid bath and I did another etch on it, it would reveal the same type of hamon that I have on my other swords, more or less. I know that because I did the clay coating on this. I know it was clay coating because I did it. So that's the difference here in how you can expect to get a hamon out of China. Some are fake, like the one that came with this sword. Some are totally fake, that once I rubbed it off and I tried to do an etch over, to see if there was one, there was none. And some are real out of China, like these, the T10 and the Bamboo Warrior, where I confirmed via an etch that it really was clay coated at some point in its life, and it has two different types of steel, and that transition line shows up in hamon. So I guess that's all I have to say about that's how you can tell and what to expect out of China. Thank you.